Hey, how you doing? This is Rob Balducci, and welcome to the new Transcendence Track by Track. And this is track 9, which is called Dying Breath. We're getting up there. It's getting close to the finishing line. Hope you guys have been enjoying this as much as I have. This track is an interesting track, Dying Breath. The inspiration for this comes from a couple of different places. Of course, the dying breath thing with my parents passing, it definitely is influenced from that. And the inspiration behind the song is it's basically supposed to be like a journey of after you die. You take your last breath, and what happens in that period where you're kind of in that zone where you really don't know what's going on. As far as living, we don't really know what's happening. So it's sort of like the journey that we're all going to have to take eventually. But the other inspiration for this, as you know, you can tell by listening to the track, there's a very repetitive motif. The verse melodies, which some people you could call it the chorus melody, how the song starts and then repeats, and there's a harmony is added on, and then it goes into the chorus and stuff like that. Really comes from another inspiration, and I'm a type 1 diabetic. I have been since I'm 11, so I've been dealing with that a long time. But when I was a kid, I wasn't, as in control as I am now. Now there's no problems. But when I was a kid growing up, there was a point where I actually, had some issues with actually almost dying a couple of times. And what I remember from being in that state, the only thing that kept me going was like a melody, and that's where this melody comes from. That repetitive melody I kept, that's what I heard in my head, and that's what was keeping me alive. So that's really what this song is about, and how that repeating melody is happening. When I listened back to it after we mixed it, I was like, well, did we do that too many times? And I think Steve liked it, but I was thinking, I was second guessing myself. But to be honest with you, when I listened back, and from what the experience is that I had being in like a coma state, it definitely reaches the mark, I think, of what I was hearing. Some cool equipment stuff on that. The beginning is a sample, of course, the voice, and this thing came into big play on this again. The Eventide H9. You could hear it at the beginning, guitars in that muffled kind of, where it's lower. That's from a preset in here, and the melody, verse melody, is a phaser limiter or envelope filter phaser preset in here that I messed around with a little bit, and then used it for those parts. I also used the wah in some of the solo sections, which was the lock wah by Morley, which is really cool. You hear that towards the end. This is probably like a lot of people's favorite songs that from what I've been getting emails about. I like the tone of the lead guitars, and I like the sound of the rhythm guitars, which one is, I think the left is a Soldano and the right is actually the amplifier pedal on like a Marshall type of setting. And I think the lead track, melody track, was done on the Blue AZ Prestige with, of course, the Marzio pickups in it. The Melodies has a great sound. I was really into the ending section where the lead kind of fades out, and you know what was going through my brain at that point was I'm really into like those records that have like the outro solo, and you always want that to continue, and it never does. But so like I remember like Little Dolls has this really cool Randy Rhoads solo at the end of it, and you kind of fades out, and like you want it to continue, and that's sort of what kind of like what I had going on in this one to me. You know, there's that outro solo, and it's like going out, and you hear it. You know, I'm kind of like starting to go off, and you know, it kind of fades out. So, kind of was thinking about that in my head while we were doing that, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, I really hope you guys have been enjoying these. I have. Please take a listen to the track on your download sites and all your streaming services, and please show your support. And you can get the record at my website. Sign up for my website. You can get the CD actually through there with some extra stuff and CDs and pics, pictures and pics and everything. Thanks so much, and I'll see you for the next one. Take care.